You'll notice he no longer suffers delusions of humanity.
Affirmative.
What's up now, you punk chick?
Has editing your content become a burden, or you just don't have the skill set?
I wish I could focus on content production, but post-editing takes so much time and effort.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
We'll look no further. Here at Asylum 99 Studios, I can help you create professional quality videos that will be sure to captivate viewers. With my creativity and skill, along with your content, assets, and ideas, I can bring your vision into the simulation. I offer the following services: video clipping and organization, content creation, VFX, SFX, and motion graphics, intro and outro assets. Requests may be taken upon further discussion. So if you're a content creator, short on time because you're out living your best life, or you wish you could focus all your energy into producing content, reach out to Asylum 99 Studios today.
What are you waiting for?
What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for?
Don't settle for mediocre videos. Hire me as your freelance video editor and create videos that meet your standards. Asylum 99 Studios. Release your creativity.
What's going on, Ken folks? Today we're going to talk about more of the war on our resources. This time we're not going to be talking about gold or dumb shit like that. This time we're going to be talking about the land itself, right? So, if they're poisoning the land, why are they doing so? They're trying to take up all the land around you and cram you into these cities, even more densely than you are right now. They plan on converting these cities to 15-minute cities. I'm not giving it energy, Red, but a lot of these people want to act like they don't know what's going on, so I guess I'll break it down to them 1, 2, 3 style, you know. So, sit back and let's take a look at this.
Every farmer is warning us from every field on God's green earth. A reckoning is imminent. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are galloping on the horizon.
Last year in the United States, we lost over 500,000 farms. We lost over 125 million acres of farmland. There's never been a time that the local rancher or producer needs your help. Buy American and buy local.
Microsoft founder Bill Gates is the largest private owner of American farmland.
Now, why is that? Why does a man that didn't graduate college and became a tech billionaire who crossed over into, say, biological science, why does he need all the land? Now, if you've done your research on that guy, so-called, you know what he's up to. He wants you to eat 3D printed meat. They're going to be making that stuff in labs, so he's not going to need all the acreage that he's bought for that, right? Because your food going to be coming out of a factory for real now, not from the slaughterhouse to the factory. It's going to be coming straight from the lab to the factory to your plate. When are we gonna get it? When are we gonna get it, people? What else is he gonna do with all of this land? Besides what they have pretended to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Monsanto and stuff like that.
Death panel.
This alone holds over 275,000 acres across 19 states.
Our government allowed two giant companies controlled by foreign governments to come in and acquire. One of them is controlled by the Chinese, and they bought Smithfield out of North Carolina.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
And the other one was a Brazilian company that came in and bought up one of the other major players. Why would we want to have an antagonist own 25% of our meat processing? It makes no sense at all.
Convoys of hundreds of tractors and trucks have slowed or blocked the traffic on major roads leading to major cities in the last 3 weeks. And many of the protesting farmers in France have also stopped after the government there offered a series of financial concessions. And they've also blocked numerous border crossings with the Netherlands. In Portugal, farmers have partly blocked a key bridge on a main road into Lisbon.
In the Netherlands, it was about fertilizer. In Germany, it's about the so-called diesel privilege. In France, it's about restrictions on the use of pesticides.
The CIA media and its satellite propagandists are covering up a global revolution that is far worse than any war. Engineered global starvation in order to rein in the GMO agricultural control of the United Nations Agenda 2030 and the Great Reset.
New world order.
So as y'all can see, we're not the only ones in this boat, right? It's the bot herd worldwide in these cities that are doomed. Not just here in these United States, so-called. So when I'm saying get y'all behinds about those cities, I ain't just talking to you kinfolk. Whatever country you in, get your ass out of that city. Because what will await you ain't gonna be good. And it shows you what awaits you through the media. Fictional media, your entertainment. Go ahead and look that word up. There's an agenda, folks. They wrote it on them punk-ass Georgia Stones before they pretended to blow it up. Well, not pretended to blow it up. When they went and blew it up themselves. Okay. I don't know if y'all remember, Stiff started accelerating after they did that.
Transition is a key priority for our societies. We need to make sure that our farmers can be a partner in this.
With our new climate and nature plan, we focus on the following 3 things. First, the green transition. Second, the growing physical impact of climate change. And third...
Usually I don't interrupt when they're saying something important, but we're going to run that back. First, I want you to look at this. The globalist food pyramid. It's interesting because, it's not going to be peer-approved information, right? So I guess you could call it a meme. But there's truth in a lot of this, so let's take a look at it. The base of the pyramid, bugs. Now, in a lot of countries overseas, mainly in the Oceanic Orient, bugs are a heavy delicacy, right? And they do it on their own. They'll go out and catch it. I've seen the video. I've seen the movie. I've seen the shows on Travel Channel, etc. I've seen it. So don't even come in here trying to say I'm racist and I'm giving y'all stereotypes and all that crazy stuff.
How many times I told you not to call here and interrupt my kung fu?
Right. But that's gonna replace your meat, right? Your poultry, right? All the stuff that we should be eating anyway, but as the base of the food pyramid. Then you take it up a step. Chemicals and soy and estrogen mimickers. Now, I tend to find all that stuff in anything bread related, grain related. Chemicals when it goes into your sweets and your candy and all that stuff. Or, your syrups and all, stuff like that. Then you move up. Bill Gates Biomilk Q. Biomilk. I haven't even a clue what that's talking to, but I got something to look into now. Microplastics. Our bottled water, stuff like that. Covering our foods in plastics and then flash freezing them to put into the store refrigerators and freezers. And cannibalism tops it all off with aborted fetal tissue. Now, nobody's surprised. Why do you think they're pushing for abortion? Right? Soil and Green is people, ain't it? Y'all thought it was coming. It's already here. Yes, you're eating people. When you unwrap that McDonald's McDouble, your Big Mac, yes, you're eating people. And it's not funny. In the way that y'all would think it's funny. It's funny because I'm laughing at you people that's still trying to defend it. Because I used to be one of y'all. Then I seen the light. Okay? It's never too late to see the light until it's too late when you're facing the wall. Get put out of your misery.
With our new climate and nature plan, we focus on the following three things. First, the green transition. Second, the growing physical impact of climate change. And third, the risks from nature loss and degradation.
Whose fault it is that we're losing nature, I guess we'll say, and its degradation? That would be you. These people stand up here, do what they do, and then point the finger at straw men. It's crazy.
Our peaceful and united Europe is being challenged like never before by populists, by nationalists.
We hear the propaganda that increases of the gas of life, a trace gas in the atmosphere, will bring a disaster, and that we will have runaway global warming. Sorry, folks, we've known for 200 years from chemistry that it's the exact inverse.
In America, Soros pawns are now making it a priority to wage lawfare on the average farmer, while a backdoor elimination of fertilizer, livestock, and farms by any means necessary is well underway.
In order to get net zero, first off, we'd have to kill all the animals in.
Just to be, so we're clear here, that's not a real robot picking grain or whatever it is that they're picking. If you actually look closely at the foot, you can see it sliding without it kicking up any dirt or anything like that. Just wanted to point that out.
Including ourselves, food and energy. Nothing else is as important as those two things. Water, right? It's part of food. They haven't decided to cut the water off just yet.
You know, climate change is a bit abstract. Some people understand it really well. Some understand it a bit. Some just don't understand it. Water. Every kid knows how important it is to have water. When you're playing football and you're thirsty, you need water.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Shout out to Chief Red. We only need water because y'all messed up our environment.
4 billion of us depend on nitrogen fertilizer, which they now say is bad because it's a greenhouse gas or whatever.
And in particular with the net zero.
Why are we dependent on nitrogen fertilizer? I can't speak for the rest of the world, but over here in America, we once had the, great numbers of these things called bison, before y'all came over here and slaughtered them and stood on mountains of their skulls. They kept the land pretty fertile. If you got herds of thousands of those all over the continent, your land gonna stay pretty fertile because we don't step on 99% of the land in this country. You're relegated to the economic centers for your lifestyle. We're doing things backwards. We don't need science to grow our food. We just do it the old way, the correct way, without all this interference and chemicals and all of this junk. We're doing too much.
Zero movement does is it ignores the benefits of fossil fuels and it exaggerates the negative side effects. That's the key thing that's going wrong. Fossil fuels are crucial to the availability of food for 8 billion people in two ways. So anyone want to suggest what are the ways in which fossil fuels are crucial to food? Fertilizer, so that's one. So modern fertilizer is derived from natural gas. We cannot feed 8 billion people without plentiful fertilizer. Before natural gas, we were trying to use bat guano. That was our best fertilizer. Bat guano didn't scale very well to 8 billion people. Natural gas is crucial. There's nothing close to natural gas in terms of fertilizer.
Meanwhile, a tsunami of illegals is slowly reintroducing screwworms and hoof and mouth disease to American livestock.
Let me ask you this question. Why is a small group of people trying to feed billions of people? See, this is why they're able to rationalize in their minds the genocide that they're carrying out, right? They're trying to figure out how to provide for a bunch of people that aren't useless but were made to be useless, right? Every family unit should be well versed in growing their own stuff and living near other family units that are well versed in growing their own stuff so that we could do trade with each other. But that would cut into their profits, so they gotta do away with that. And they gotta make it damn near impossible for us to get back there. That's why they've acclimated y'all to these cities and they've killed nature around us by spraying from above, spraying directly on top of, lacing things with poison, doing what they do, chopping down trees, making sure fruit trees don't grow in your cities no more. Is it coming together for y'all?
Army of illegals is slowly reintroducing screwworms and hoof and mouth disease to American livestock our ancestors tenaciously battled with and eliminated from the U.S. Our nation is running out of time. No one wins in a war against the farmer. Everybody starves and everybody dies. John Bound reporting for InfoWars.
Now with that little bit of information, I want you to think about some things. How can these farmers protect themselves when they're out there all alone? Yeah, they got the workers and stuff like that, but outside of that, they can't stand up against anybody. And I'm not telling you to go up here and stand up for corporate farms and stuff like that. What I'm saying is, you need to get together with your own people in your own areas. Do whatever you got to do, whatever you got to go. Get with those people where they know how. So that way, as y'all are working and building, and the system sees that you're rising up against it, you'll be able to come together with those around you and repel any attacks and attempts at oppression. You people that like to vote in this political system, y'all have to understand that no matter what side you're voting for these measures and operations that are being carried out. Bombing of cattle plants and factories and chicken factories and stuff like that. You're voting for it and you're funding it because you're paying these maniacs taxes. Think about what's really important, and that's your survival. So with that said, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next round. Peace.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on.
I am a human being. I exist.
Delusions, Mr. Wordsworth. Delusions.
Send the word.